Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams. Low, medium, high. What is your confidence meter for the first pick in the 2024 draft?
Do I get to pick? My first person?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say I'll start.
We're doing them one at a time. We're starting with Caleb Williams.
All right. Well, I was going to say, okay. With Caleb Williams, I'm going to say high. And if I could say very high, Mike, I'd pick very high. I think Caleb Williams, a lot of people really jumped on, and it's interesting. I don't want to make it too serious, but it's interesting. A few minutes ago, we were talking about mental health and what men should and should not do. I think a lot of people were thrown off by Caleb Williams, a young man crying after a playoff, not even a playoff game, a regular season game. I think it was at Utah, crying. And that really changed the conversation about Caleb Williams. And people danced around some of the other issues that they had with him, but I think it came back to that moment. If you look at this kid, he has made a lot of plays. The numbers speak for themselves. Yes, he took a lot of sacks last year. He's taken more sacks than he should this year. He doesn't turn the ball over much. He's good with off-platform throws. He's good with running the football as well. And I have a lot of confidence, Mike, in the Caleb Williams-Ben Johnson pairing. So I think he is a worthy number one pick. I'm a Caleb Williams fan.
Same here. And I talked to him for a little while after that win over the Bengals. And the thing that really struck me when the Bengals score the go-ahead touchdown with 54 seconds left, Caleb Williams said to his teammates, they left us too much time. And he went out and executed it. And, he delivered in the clutch. So it's high as well, and it's coming around for the Bears. After last year and what a crap show it was, it's coming around for the Bears and for Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels, high, medium, low.
High, very high. High with more protection. The only issue with Jaden Daniels is injuries. First 2 years, he's had some injuries that he's had to deal with. Last year, he was able to get around them. He did play through some injuries last year. I think it was bruised ribs and got him to the conference championship game. This year has been more challenging. But if you take the injuries out, I've got a lot of confidence in Jaden Daniels still.
And see, I don't think you can take the injuries out. I've said this recently as it relates to J.J. McCarthy, who we'll get to. I think it's medium because there have been too many injuries. Because to be a true franchise quarterback, you have to be available every week. You've got to play in a way that preserves your health. And, he looks a little too thin, which when you're out there with 300-pound guys, there are basic physics that take over, and we saw the horrible injury last Sunday night. So it's kind of medium for me because when he's healthy, he's spectacular, but we've got to find a way to keep him healthy, up to and including having his coach know when to tell him it's 38-7, you're not going to play anymore tonight.
Yep.
All right, Drake Maye.
I agree. Drake Maye, I would have, at the beginning of the year, I would have said medium. I wasn't sure if Drake Maye could lead a team without turning the ball over. I wasn't sure if he was able to get some wins. Coming into this year, he really had one legitimate win in his career. He got credit for their last game of the season only because he started in the 2024 season, and the Bills didn't want to win that game because they didn't want the Patriots to have the number one pick. So he got a win there. He got credit for another win where he left the game early and the backup got the victory, Jacoby Brissett. So he had one win coming into this year. This year, he's playing like a legitimate top 5 MVP candidate, high confidence in Drake Maye, and also working with Josh McDaniels.
High as well for me, and there were some concerns coming into the year. Josh McDaniels has done great work with him, and he has a chance to become only the second player ever to have 9 straight games with 200 or more passing yards and a passer rating of 100 or higher. Only 4 have done 8, and the other 3 have all won MVP in the years they did it. Aaron Rodgers twice, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. And now it could be Drake Maye and Aaron Rodgers as the only 2 to do it 9 straight games. He's having a hell of a year. He's having an MVP type of season, and it's not a surprise. He's 3rd in the current odds for MVP. Michael Penix Jr., the surprise 8th overall pick. At a time when the Falcons had Kirk Cousins, they went with Penix. Where do you have him so far?
Low. I don't see it yet. I think the Falcons have incredible weaponry. You look at Drake London. You look at Bijan Robinson. Zach Robinson is from that coaching tree that Pete Carroll talked about, that McVay tree. So you have all these things that should be in place, make it easier for Michael Penix to get it done. I just don't see enough consistency yet with Michael Penix. So I can't be too enthusiastic about him going forward.
You can't do it with the hairdryer, but you can do it with like the toaster. Like I'm somewhere between low and medium. And my concern is, and this is one of my planks as it relates to the anti-draft take. You get drafted into situations where there's a lot of pressure that is put on you that's unnecessary. The fact that Michael Penix was the pick when they had given the $100 million guarantee to Kirk Cousins, that just puts more pressure on Michael Penix to justify this thing, because at the end of the day, the $90 million that's already been paid to Cousins and the $10 million they owe him next year subject to offset, that was just insurance that they wouldn't get leapfrogged for the 8th overall pick so they could get Michael Penix Jr. Okay, what's he going to do? And how much of it really is on him? So it's low medium right now for me, and it's not his fault, and he may just have been dealt a bad hand by the Harry Potter sorting hat that is the NFL draft. All right, J.J. McCarthy.
Mike, I'm going to say low/incomplete. It's what you said about Jaden Daniels. We don't know enough because we haven't seen you on the field enough. You miss your first year, you come back, you have that great comeback against Chicago, and then you're out again. Coming back last week against Detroit, good game, but it's just not enough information for J.J. McCarthy. So that's what I would say on the official application. I'd write that on the official application. And then once I handed the application in, I'd tell somebody on the side, well, and he also went to Michigan. So I can't give him a love. He's from that school up north.
I think that's a great way to put it, though. Low incomplete. I'm not going to take it because you thought of it. I don't want to do low medium again. How about medium-ish? I'm going to go medium-ish because when he plays, he's got that persona that he calls 9. He's got that alter ego that is a manifestation of the frustration that he's experienced by all the time he's missed. But the problem is the time he's missed is part of the assessment. Do I have confidence in him playing well? Do I have confidence in him playing at all? And that's a reality. And again, I'm back to this balance. How critical is too critical? How fair is it to point these things out? But you can't be a franchise quarterback if you're not available to play. That's why I'm hesitant. Every time I watch him play, it's like, is he going to avoid the contact that could get him injured? And how's he going to do? But he's had 2 huge wins on the road in the division. Even though they're in last place, they're 2-0 in the NFC North with wins on the road. That could help them down the stretch. Last one, the guy we saw last night, the guy who got booed. They weren't booing, they were saying Bo Nix.
Hi. Even with the boos, he was drafted into a great situation. Sean Payton as his head coach and OC, and his experience pays off for him. And I think Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, and Michael Penix are all similar. They played a ton of college football and came in with a lot of experience. It shows up for Jaden Daniels when he's on the field. It shows up for Bo Nix when he's out there, and Penix not so much yet. But I like Nix. I think he is perfect for this offense, and it stands out to me, Mike, that he was a rookie captain for that team, and that he won 10 games as a rookie and won a playoff and made the playoffs. Not won it, but got to the playoffs. So I'm a big Bo Nix fan now.
One of the reasons you have high confidence in Caleb Williams is the fact that he's joined at the hip with Ben Johnson, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Bo Nix is joined at the hip with Sean Payton, but we haven't seen the kind of performance that we would expect from a quarterback who is joined at the hip, handpicked by. Remember, there was kind of like a little victory lap the Broncos did. They kind of duped everyone else into taking the other guys. Bo Nix was the one they wanted all along. I just think the production's not there yet. So I'm medium because he's in a perfect situation, great defense, great coach. It shouldn't be 10-7 against the Las Vegas Raiders. It shouldn't be balls thrown up for grabs. There should be a higher level of production. Now, he does have 21 total touchdowns this year, and there aren't many other quarterbacks in that same stratosphere. Right.
Look at his numbers.
Right. But
pretty good.
Right. But It's not Drew Brees. That's the problem. Maybe that's why they were booing last night. They were expecting this guy to be Drew Brees. And I think I'm expecting him to be Drew Brees because that's what we heard when they picked him. This can be Sean Payton's Drew Brees. And maybe if he had gotten Drew Brees as a rookie, it would have taken some time. Maybe it's going to take a few years. But for now, it's medium. Let's see. But they're winning. So that's all that matters. But let's see what they do against the Chiefs and against the other great teams they're going to face, and particularly in the playoffs. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.